All right, a goal for Mount. Gavin Marcotte with the first goal of the game. Makes it 1-0 for the Mounties.
Mountain Child.
Goal for Mount. And it's Brian Nauman that time to make it 2-0 for the Mounties. Ponaganset answers back with a goal of their own. Make it 2-1. 4:50 left. There's Steinkamp that time to get his first goal of the game. 4:50 left here in the opening period.
Chieftain's goal, number 29, Jake Steinkamp, assisted by number 77, Brennan Printer. That's a Ponaganset Chieftain's goal, number 29, Jake Steinkamp, assisted by 77, Brennan Printer.
This one dumped forward. It's Gavin Marcotte here trying to get a shot off inside. Now taking it right back here. Final moments of the first. There's Thomas going left. This one is cleared way down the ice. No icing call. Now they actually blow it here with 3:38 left in the first period. Here's Mount saving it from going into their own zone again. Already a high-scoring first period, 2-1 game here with 3 minutes left in the first. Alvarez looking to get through, got a shot off somehow. Alfawaz slid into the goaltender that time, who's Jamison Olbrist. Net coming off the rails. Face-off, it's poked all the way down the ice. Mount St. Charles with a penalty as well. Aiden Quinn. 2 minutes for holding. Power play for Pono, looking to tie it up at 2 apiece. Scott, neutral zone. And covering up is Olbrist. 2:29 the clock, to 1:28 to go on the power play. Final 2.5. Here's a shot here from Steinkamp looking for his second. Couldn't get on net right there. Alfawaz off the wall. Printer has some space, takes it and got blocked by Alfawaz, his own teammate. Some friendly fire there. Jerby. And this one is cleared down the ice. Almost hits the official right there. That was Namen. And Steinkamp over to Kutu. Kutu going left. Stick falling. There's a tripping penalty as well on Ponaganset. That's going to end their power play. Caught him with some motion right there. Gavin Marcotte was tripped up that time by Omar Alfawaz, and they hit the pom 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 music on their own home team. That was villainous. Back-to-back penalties. Gonna be 4-on-4 for 36 seconds with 1:38 to go here in the first period.
Chieftains penalty number 27, Omar Alfawaz.
Alfawaz with the penalty. Here's Scott. He gets into the wall. Defensively there, Declan Moran looking to clear it out. Scott fighting for it, gets it back. Got it on net. This one gets tipped down the ice by Obrus, who got a piece of that one to get it down there. And it's back to Mount. Declan Moran gets it down there. Out of the ice, Boisvert. Out of the net, rather, Boisvert gets it up to Scott. Under a minute to go here in the first. D'Alessio just pokes it down the ice. We play on as we are on the penalty for Mount right now as well, as it's only Alfawaz in the box rather, after the two teams that exchange penalties. 30 seconds left here in the first period. Looking to get a shot off there, and doing it was Moran. Spins off the wall and finds Francis Ryan. Ryan back at the blue line. Takes it. That one hits the post. Rebound here to Nauman. Final 10 seconds here in the first period. Ryan calling for it, the blue line. That shot is saved by Boisvert. It was Ryan again taking it there from distance at the point with 4.6 seconds left here in the first period. Face off, and that's going to end the first. An exciting first 15. Mount on top of Ponaganset 2-1 after the first. And we'll be right back here for period number 2 after both teams huddle up, exchange some words and game plans. Welcome into period number 2 here on Fans Only Sports Network. 2-1 game between the Mounties and the Chieftains here on FOSN. As Mount still on the power play here with 15 seconds left on it. Ryan back at the blue line, takes a second try. They score on the tip. And it's Marcotte with his second of the game. With 8 seconds left on the power play, Mount St. Charles able to make this a 3-1 game. Gavin Marcotte on the rebound, punches in his second this afternoon. So what a way to answer back after the Chieftains squandered on their first power play and committing a penalty as well. Here's Ryan. That one got tipped away by Jerby.
Assisted by number 59, Devlin Thomas.
The assist there going to Devlin Thomas.
Gavin Marcotte. Assisted by number 59.
Jerby back in his own zone. Down the ice. And this will be turned over neutral zone. This will be called offsides on Ponaganset in the grand scheme of things. Paquin turned it over. Pono trying to prevent Mount from getting another good look on goal here. And it's going to find Mount St. Charles fighting for it against the boards here. He's going to win this battle, and it's kicked over to a Chieftain, and here comes Alfawaz down the near side. Alfawaz, who was penalized earlier. Here's a good chance. It hits the post, goes in. They say yes. Cody Sabatos makes it a 3-2 game. Had a great look and got over the top of Obris to get this back down to a goal. Alfawaz on the assist. He was able to set that sequence up there. Sabatos with the goal. There's Notman up ahead. Almost going to trip there, and they will call offside. That was a tangle featuring Georgie Piet. Bring it back here to the neutral zone. Gregory Piet, excuse me. 12:20 left in the second period. Some poke down the ice and spinning this one off the wall. Scott angling to it here. And here is A turnover from Devin DeShays. Shays gets it down the ice. And it will be some pushing and shoving afterwards between a member of Mount, member of Ponaganset. Obrist made the save anyways. Referee gonna tell him to cut it out a little bit as well. Penalty on Garrett Scott for a slash out. Another penalty against Mount here against Brian Nauman. So it's back to 4-on-4 for the second time today. That only took 8 seconds. Third penalty against Mount.
Penalty number 63. Brian Nauman, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
It's a cross-check against Nauman, and I think we're back up live here on Fans Only Sports. We had some trouble earlier with our connection. We had the game recorded anyway, so we could upload it afterwards. You still will get that after the game if you want to watch the first period here. And Ponaganset, here's a shot on the 4-on-4. Misses a little bit off target, but they have a chance to tie it here in the offensive zone. In this 3-2 game, and this is going to be another penalty. Wow. They're ruthless here on the PA announcing. And the penalty here is going to be against Jack Potter for a trip. So power play for Mount. They have it on a 4-on-3 for the next minute 7. I'll play for Ponaganset rather. Have it for a minute 7. With just under 11 minutes to go here in the second period.
St. Charles penalty number 15, Jack Potter, 2 minutes to triple. That's Mount St. Charles, number 15.
Ponaganset on the advantage. Here's a long shot from the neutral zone that time from Jerby. It gets saved by Obrist. Jerby takes it again, saves. Second try, they have a chance, and Obrist covers up. It didn't look like Alfawaz was ready for it at first, and if he was, it could have been the game-tying goal. Still 37 seconds left on the 4-on-3. It's Ponaganset. They had the first penalty today, in this first penalty of the 3 here that we have on the ice. So they'll have a 5-on-3 for 8 seconds, and you think maybe they want to stop the clock and drop what to do. 5 seconds left until the 5-on-3, and here it is. For 5 seconds, they'll play it out. Off the skate of Alfawas, this will be back to 5-on-4, so a regular power play here for Ponaganset, who swung this initial penalty from Garrett Scott all the way around. And now on the move, trying to get by defender was Baxter, could not get by Jerby. This will be offside against Mount. 9:06 left here in the second. Steinkamp got tripped up and lost the puck. This one down the ice, and coming out of the net is Boisvert. They're going to stick on it back into play. Turned it over though. Giancio had it. Now trying to get through traffic here. There's Marcotte, who already has 2 today. Ryan calling for it at the top. In trouble and spinning out of it is Johnny Pilaf. Ryan races after it at the slot. He's got Marcotte at the top, and he tried to get it inside instead. Down low, but Alfawas got a piece of it, and Alfawas will take this one back for the Chieftains here. Dumps it down the ice. Marcotte, the only one there from Mount. He'll get back to it. This one flipped down the ice. Long shot saved. Ryan was the shot taker there. This one taken right back. Here comes Ponaganset. They score! Brennan Printer ties the game at 3 apiece. A bad turnover by Mount in their own zone, and Printer makes them pay for it. Back-to-back goals for the Chieftains. You blow the face-off dead as we're officially at the midpoint of this game. 7:30 left here in the second period. And new goaltender for Ponaganset in. Boisvert coming out of off the ice into the net. Rudy Boisvert, and coming in is Anthony Murguita. So Boisvert's day is done, it looks like. Murguita in net. He'll come out and make a play on here for his first touch of the game. Here's Paquin behind the net, trying to get it up to Loxley, and instead, here comes Printer. He's got McPhee down there with him. Printer, and they're going to call it offsides. A little bit too early right there. It was West. Called offsides. Kudo takes a big hit from Declan Moran, and this one Right back, though, to Ponaganset, to Shays. This one turned over. Dumps up ahead, Baxter. To Shays. Over to Kudo. Kudo takes a hit. This one slapped around, and it's going to be turned over again. No one wants this puck. Here's a good chance, though, and Murguita got a piece of it to slap it away. They had a chance there with Monsoon, and this one will be called a cross-check on the ice. Another penalty, and it's against Mount again, their 5th penalty already, and it's Gregory Piet, the 5th different member of this Mount St. Charles varsity 2 team, going in the box. So another power play for Ponaganset, and believe it or not, they haven't scored on a power play yet today. Despite the 5 penalties from Mount, I know a couple have been simultaneous with a couple of Pano's penalties, but this is only their 2nd true power play. They had a 5-on-3 for 8 seconds, along with an extended 4-on-3/5-on-4 moments ago this period, and they've already squandered the first 30 seconds of this penalty. Got to reset here in a 3-3 game. Here's Alfawaz. And Printer couldn't hang on to that one. This got on net. Murguita makes the save, and Alfawaz gets it back. Alfawaz coming near side. Jerby steps into it. This one blocked by Marcotte. Angling to it is Scott. Gets tipped up in the air. Maybe Jerby back at the blue line over to Steinkamp. Steinkamp dancing with the left side circle. His shot too tall. And it's all the way back to Printer at the blue line. Printer with 45 seconds left on the power play now. Steinkamp behind the net will retrieve. Back to Jerby. Steps into it. That saved. Second try not there as Alfawaz outran that puck just about 6 inches too much. 30 seconds to go. On the penalty now for Ponaganset. They already turned it over in their own end. Baxter. And now the other side. He finds Quinn. And Quinn, they're trying to kill some clock. Mount St. Charles, Jerby to Kudo. Kutu at the blue line, steps into it. His shot got blocked as well by Brian Nauman. 10 seconds left on the penalty. Murguita comes out of the net to make a touch on this one, and that is going to conclude another failed Chieftains power play. Baxter. It's going to tip all the way down the ice to Piet, right out of the box. Shot saved, and it's bounced back into play down the ice, and they'll say play on. No icing, didn't touch the line either way. As Mount will get it back. Alfawaz got a stick in there to poke it loose. To Shays at center ice. Alfawaz, Kutu. Kutu takes it, and a good glove save there. Covering up afterwards, Olbris to make the save. 3:52 left in the second. You're in a 3-3 game. It's been a lot of fun. 6 goals so far, scored by 5 different players. Marcotte the exception with 2 for Mount. He's had himself a good game. Here is Deshay's shot. Didn't get a good stick on it there. Cross ice. Now he's with a chance to take the lead. Long look, tipped around. Oh, they had a chance. It got blocked on the long shot there from Salvatore Hinal. Ponaganset there defensively. Just over 3 minutes now left before intermission. Perfect. Gianchio. This will be another penalty here. It's against Mount again. Ryland Cox and Gianchio are both there. Oh, sorry, it's against Ponaganset, my apologies. And it's going to be 2 minutes for a rough. It's Ryan D'Alessio going in the box for the roughing penalty, and now Mount, with 3 minutes exactly left here in the second period, will go on the power play, looking to take the lead before the break here in a tie game.
Ponaganset Chieftains penalty number 18, Ryan D'Alessio, 2 minutes for roughing.
And D'Alessio
18, Ryan D'Alessio, 2 minutes for roughing.
getting flagged right there. This one blocked by Kutu. Nauman, Kutu, and now here's Printer. Printer goes left, takes it shorthanded. That one's saved. Gets it back here, and Ponaganset not only killing some clock off this penalty, but in the offensive zone now. This one flies in the air. Kutu at center ice. Got his pocket picked. Potter takes it back. The big fella, Jack Potter, lost it. Shot here, saved by Murguita, and now Printer. Looking for a shot. They didn't want to shoot that one, Piet. This one off the mark. 2 minutes left in the period, and that means a minute left on the power play. Baxter has some space going to the left side circle. Back to the point for Piet. Piet puts it in there. This one is loose, still alive. They score! Gregory Piet! With 45 seconds left on the penalty, finds the loose puck and gets it by Murguita to put the Mounties back in front. Greg Piet able to give Mount St. Charles the lead after 2 unanswered goals from the Chieftains. They answer back and have stopped the Ponaganset scoring streak. So back to 5-on-5. That is the second power play goal here today, scored by Mount. So that's the big difference here is Ponaganset, they've only committed 3 penalties. Mount's only had 2 full power plays here today, and they've scored on both of them. One from Marcotte and now one from Piet. Alfawaz able to take this back. Dumps it into the zone. He's going to angle it back to himself. And nobody home that time as Mount got a piece of it there. Massey down the ice. Under a minute to go here in the second. A lot of these Mount St. Charles varsity 2 players were on the regular USHS RI, Division I Rhode Island high school hockey Mount St. Charles team last year. With the Mount addition into the NEPSAC this season, they had to make a prep team along with this varsity 2 team, splitting up a lot of the members of the team. And the 3 goal scorers here today, Piet, Nauman, and Gavin Marcotte, were 3 of those guys on that varsity team a year ago in Rhode Island, and they're looking to make a statement here that they belong on that prep team. All scoring so far in this one. 25 seconds left here in the second. Shot saved. Oh, and it was right back into play. Long look now. They score from absolute distance. Declan Moran can't even believe he punched that one in. And the blink of the eye, the Mounties are up 2 now. What a shot from Moran. Unbelievable. Sniped it over Murguita. Unreal look from Declan Moran. Powell trying to answer back with Steinkamp before the break. Steinkamp takes it out. Chance. Kudu back into play. Couldn't get a stick on it. Now Printer had a good chance, and he couldn't get a clean shot either, and that is going to end the second. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes for Mount St. Charles. In the last minute 45 to be exact. They're up 5-3 after it was a 3-3 game. Intermission time here from Burrillville. 15 minutes left here on Fans Only Sports Network when we return. We're going to leave the camera here on the ice. So you can have fun watching the Zamboni. We'll keep the scoreboard up as well. Mount up 2 after the game's first 30 minutes. All right, we're back here. A wild first couple of periods. Seen 8 goals in the first 2 periods. Mounties score the last 2 to put themselves up a pair. Entering the final frame, Tim Duffy welcomes you back here on Fans Only Sports Network for the final 15 minutes of action here with it entering the Mount Zone first. Ponaganset, here's Steinkamp. His shot got on net, saved. Printer second try, got blocked, and it's back to Greg Piet. And now Baxter dumps it forward, got on net. Murguita ends up just covering up. .27 to go here in this one. Here's Al Fawaz. And it's going to be on net again. Murguita covers up with 13:53. Shot here trying to get one off was Jacob Mongen, and he was unable to. Kutu puts it back for Ponaganset. Steinkamp trying to turn and shoot, did not. Puts it inside instead. Kutu wasn't there. Kutu. Big hit against the wall, and they're going to blow the no whistle there. Ponaganset wants a call, and now referee has his hand up, and they will call a penalty. That's against Printer for a rough. He's going to the box for 2 minutes. He had the most recent goal here for Ponaganset rather, and that's the most recent penalty as well. Mount back on the power play. They've already scored 2 power play goals here in this game. Looking for number 3 to give them a 3-goal advantage. That shot, a little flip on target. It comes out of the midst of Murguita. And looking to get a shot off afterwards was Nauman. Could not. Potter was the shot taker originally. And Murguita almost let that one get through his mitts there. Shea's looking to clear it here for Ponaganset. Didn't do a great job of it. Bounces back over to Baxter. Baxter back to Potter at the blue line. Potter takes it, and that one in out of the mitts. Murguita back into play. Got blocked actually by a Mount player in Baxter. And it's right back to Mount St. Charles. It's Nauman. Baxter. Cross ice. Potter at the slot. Here's a shot. That one gets tipped and goes out of play for Brian Nauman, one of the captains of this team. Jacob Mongian, the other captain of the team. A couple alternates, Bryce Baxter, Jack Potter, Aiden Quinn, rounding out 5 core leaders on this Mount squad. Looking to come here to Ponaganset today and get a victory. And this will also be covered up and put to rest. And the clock is still moving here in Burrillville as that crept an extra few seconds down to 1:06 left on the power play. That shot tipped almost on net there from Marcotte. Marcotte behind the net. And lunging for it, couldn't make the play, was Palouf. Palouf will get it back with 45 seconds left. Running out of time. Marcotte going left. Marcotte turns it over. Steinkamp takes it right back. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Steinkamp will flip it to kill some more clock. Final quarter of this penalty. Now they've been almost perfect on power plays. Here's Kudu taking it back, looking for a shot and couldn't hang on through traffic. Steinkamp collapsing in there as well. Whistle blows and it's going to be a hooking call. A penalty, and it is against Mount, and Declan Moran going in the box, who just scored the power play goal before the end of the second period, will go in for the 6th penalty against Mount St. Charles today. His second trip to the penalty box. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 18 seconds, then 1:42 on a Chieftain penalty. So for the 4th time today, penalties on the ice called when there was already someone in the box from the other team. In one instance, a 5-on-3 had occurred earlier, but that penalty was called when it was 4-on-4. And now the Ponaganset penalty, and this will be another whistle blown. The net moved a ton right there, about 45 degrees. And we'll stop the clock with 10:57 to play. So Pono down 2, looking for a goal to bring it to within 1. This one blocked and put into play, out of net. Sorry, into the net. Printer was the shot taker there. Alfawaz. Steinkamp. Alfawaz get a piece of it. It's behind the net and turns it over. A minute to go on the penalty here for Ponaganset. Printer. Printer gets it back. Cross ice to Steinkamp. Steinkamp trying to put it back down into play. But there defensively was Francis Ryan again, who plays both the penalty kill and the power play unit. This one swatted back into play at center ice, and Steinkamp, high stick was not called. He lays a huge hit afterwards. Looking for the puck there. Steinkamp is laying out Ryan, and Ryan's down the ice now, some pushing and shoving afterwards. You saw another hit when Ryan was laying face flat into the ice. Alfawaz was in there for Ponaganset. Steinkamp is still talking to Ryan. And away from the play, Scott is holding on to his face mask, trying to recollect it at center ice. Printer's going to go into the box right here with 24 seconds left on the penalty. And it looks like another Mount St. Charles player, Greg Piet, is going to enter his way in there as well. So both will go in for 2 minutes for roughing. And they can resolve the rest of their issues there for the next couple of minutes. So Printer in there for the second time today, so is Piet. So Printer, now that's 2 roughings for him today. Piet with the rough there, a cross check earlier. And it's going to be 5 on, there's about 7 Mount players on the ice. Obviously this won't stand, but they're gonna say 4 on 4 here. So that wipes out the penalty. Really effectively wipes out the penalty for Declan Moran, because no power play here for Ponaganset. We got the officials talking to the Mount bench here. And now Steinkamp actually will come back on the ice. So thought that was the case. It will be still a power play with 24 seconds left for Ponaganset. Referee now telling the PA announcer, what exactly to call here. But they'll finish out the rest of the Moran penalty with an extra man on the ice. So will not effectively make it meaningless, but they're going to reset the times on the clock as well for the penalties. Just put 2 minutes on each side, and Moran will come out in about 25 seconds from Mount, but Ponaganset still with an advantage here. .24 seconds, and they just took the 2 minutes off the clock. So let's even see if these guys will come back in the game in 2 minutes. That's what the PA announcer's saying, 2 minutes on each. They just took it off just for, I guess to make it easier on the PA announcer and whoever's on the scoreboard. This is going to end the Moran penalty, and it's going to be 5-on-5 again with Printer and Piette back staying in the box. So some discombobulation right there, as we usually see when you get two guys roughing each other. Not pretty, but Marcotte fights for this one to get it back. Shot here from Baxter got saved. Marcotte will win the race to it and get it back into play, but turns it over instead. The Shays, this one tipped. And we'll go all the way back over to Paloff. Alfawaz takes it. Alfawaz looking to get it back here. Alfawaz's shot saved. Back into play. Alfawaz took it again, saved again, and lunging for it. Back to Alfawaz. One more try, and Obrist makes a save, and a big hit in the back at the end of the play. This is going to get rowdy again. Oh my goodness. Aiden Quinn was on his knees in a just humongous cross check from behind on Alfawaz, and it looks like he's going to go back to the box. Actually, Scott, excuse me. It was number 21, not 27, Garrett Scott, just landed somewhat of a cheap shot right there, and he is going to go in for two. So he'll go back in for his second time today. And another penalty against Ponaganset. They're unraveling in what's still a close game. It's still a 2-goal game. And the Chieftains are just shooting themselves in the foot right here. It doesn't look like they have the discipline of a team that won 15 out of 16 league games last year. This is not a league game, but you see Scott and Quinn, they were tangled up in front of the net. And Quinn got shoved from Scott right there. And it's going to be 5-on-5 still, it looks like. Yep, 5-on-5. Because another Mountie, after the play was penalized, I think serving the penalty there is Salvatore Hinault. And they said there was a penalty after the fact as well. And there was a skater who was on the ice had to come serve it. Heard the official tell the Mount bench that. So 5-on-5. And, an unpredicted feud taking place between Mount St. Charles and Ponaganset today. Two teams that won't meet for the rest of the year. It's over 8 minutes left. Here's a shot, and they just miss it off the mark. It was right there for Paloff, and he couldn't get it on target. So down the ice, they couldn't get a stick on it there. An icing call against Mount. With 7:40 left here in the third period. It was just about halfway through the period. The two that were arguing earlier, Printer and Piet, their time in the sin bin has come to a close. Mount still up by 2 after all the drama that we've already seen so far here in the third period. There have been no goals as we've hit the halfway point of the final 15. Sanders. Christian Sanders cross ice. Not a great pass to Shays. They get it over to him. And it's turned over. It gets right back to Ponaganset here. Steinkamp coming near side. Steinkamp. Potter all over him defensively. Here's a good chance. Still alive, and the puck was right there. It's still there for McPhee. He didn't see it, and it gets poked away. Oh, they had a couple of bodies there. McPhee had the puck right in his lap with an open net and couldn't get a stick on it that time. Oh, my goodness. Steinkamp in the same spot, looking to set up again. He gets the puck out of the pile, takes the shot. Obrist makes the save, and Steinkamp flies into the net and the goaltender, Obrist. Face off here as Obrist will get back on his feet. Put it on the right side circle with 6:35 to go. To resume play. Jerby, this one is poked around, and it's right back to Piet. Piet up ahead. And Piet lost it. And a huge hit. Laid out by Paloff. Printer at center ice will push it backwards here to Jerby. Jerby up to Kutu. Kutu couldn't put it down here. Francis Ryan doing it himself, going coast to coast. He's gonna squeak by a defender. Couldn't hang on to the puck. Paloff. Loff up to Piet. Piet looking to take a shot here. Instead, thought he had a man behind him. It was a Chieftain instead. Ryan will let Potter get this one. Flips it up ahead. Staying on side was Piet. But the first one there is Paquin for Pano. Icing against the Chieftains. 5:21 left here in the third. Sorry. Still a 2-goal lead. Mount St. Charles. Potter got tipped, and Quinn will get it back down the ice here to Shays. Shays behind the net. Potter. Alessio. turn back over again to Thomas. To Shays. Back to Mount. Long look here. Gets tipped towards the net from Marcotte. And DeShays will try to poke it out again. Instead, it's kept in the offensive zone by Jordan Paloff. Mount keeping it in the offensive zone here, looking to wind this clock down a little bit and get an insurance goal too. Here's a shot, got tipped on its way, and it ends up missing wide of the mark for Paloff, and this will be icing against Ponaganset, but Mount, they're bringing the pressure here in the final period, and they're looking to put the icing on the cake of an early season victory. That was Massey, on the shot. Massey is the one who took the shot there, and they're going to blow this one down with 4 minutes left. Tunnell, lost it. Alfawaz and Printer leading the break. Now here's Scott out of the box now. Scott, going to be a penalty here. Free play for Ponaganset, and they will blow it dead now. 3:35 left, and there will be another Mount penalties and pushing and shoving afterwards again. And it's going to be 2 minutes for the hook. As Scott was trying to get through, and there's a reason why he could not. It's because Lorenzo Ciancio was the doer of Mount's 8th penalty here today, 9th penalty actually. Second hook that's been called on so far here today. 2 minutes on the power play for Ponaganset. This one almost flies in the Mount bench, and that'll be way offsides.
2 minutes, hooking. Number 35, 2 minutes, hooking.
Ciancio going to the box. And offside against Mount, that's going to kill 9 seconds off the penalty. They had a man down there. I thought they could get away with it, but not going to let that one fly by this officiating crew. .326 to go. Ponaganset needs an answer. And this one's a bad pass from Printer. Backs are going to kill some more clock. Jerby will box him out and get it back here for the Chieftains. Scott. This one tipped up in the air. Back to Scott. It gets kicked around. Who wants it? Ponaganset will get it. The end of it. Scott beyond that looking to get this one back. It's going to spin off the wall. And Alfawaz comes on the ice, was making sure it didn't touch him, as we're already 40 seconds into this penalty. Not a good start for Ponaganset. Scott. Mergita lunges by him. Alfawaz. Baxter takes it. Short-handed, that one off the mark. Potter will chase after the rebound. Second half of this power play now as we have 50 seconds remaining to see Ponaganset on the penalty. Steinkamp gets through traffic, still has it, has some space, takes it, and scores! The goal that brings it back to 1. He was out there with Paquin, or Kutu rather, had to wivel around him, and Steinkamp able to punch in the goal, his second today on the power play. They've had a handful of power plays here tonight. They got one there when they need it the most. And Jake Steinkamp able to get this back to a 1-goal game. First goal of this third period for either team. So 2 minutes left. Here in regulation. Pano looking to tie it up. The Chieftains get it right here. Cross ice. Here's Sabatos. Gets by him. To Shays. To Alfawaz. Alfawaz going left. Lost the puck there. Marcotte gets in the middle there. Marcotte lost handle that time. Trying to poke it in, and Murgita is able to get a piece of that one. Marcotte almost had his third of the game right there as he was there. Timeout called by Ponaganset. With 1:27 to go, a 5-4 game. Mount St. Charles on top. Not much time to go, and they're looking for the equalizer here, so they're going to strategize when to take Anthony Murgita out of the box. Mount St. Charles, though, they have led since the end of the third period. They have led for most of the game up to this point, pretty much all of it. They have not trailed once today. It's been tied once at 3-3. They went off to a 2-0 start in the first period, then 3-1, then 3-3, and they've scored 2 of the last 3 goals as Ponaganset with the last one to make this a game again. Get it back to a goal game as both teams will break huddles here. 87 seconds left from the end of this one. It's been an exciting game. 9 goals by 7 different players here today. This one cleared down the ice. Icing against Ponaganset, and they had no other choice than to do it there. Printer says, my bad nonetheless. If you're going to do it, at least do it early. Getting through Steinkamp for the tie! He scores! Jake Steinkamp evens it up at 5 apiece and some punches afterwards as well. Unbelievable. What a way to even it up. Steinkamp with the goal. And Ponaganset, they answer with 1:03 to go. He did it all himself on that one. Unbelievable. Jake Steinkamp with the goal. Minute 03 to go. Scott has been kicked out of the game. Garrett Scott out of here. He just entered on the other side of the ice. Timeout called by Mount this time. So 5-5. 1:03 seconds left. Mount calls the timeout. Jake Steinkamp with his 3rd goal today. Had the power play goal to even get this to a close game a moment ago with just over 2 minutes left, and now has the equalizer with 63 seconds left. What a game we've had between Ponaganset and the Mount St. Charles Varsity 2 squad. They're still talking afterwards, but a couple of guys disciplined by the altercation that happened afterwards. Let's see if one of these teams can win it in regulation. Printer has it to start off for Pono. Finds Potter for Mount. Piet lost it. Kutu takes it back. Derby. Now here's a good chance. Takes it off the wall. It's a little bit too tall right there. And the Pono bench, they were excited about that. Here's Printer. 3-on-2 here for Pono, loading, and Printer lost the puck. 35 seconds up. Now a breakaway here. Baxter onside. Baxter takes it. Saved. Murguita gets on top of it and makes the save. And a collision after between Printer and Aiden Quinn. Rather, it was number 63, not 43. Which would make that Nauman, and the official got a piece of that as well. Murguita with a huge save. Mount had a great chance on the 2-on-1 break, and they're unable to give themselves the lead here. 26.7 to go. Here's another shot, and it gets saved. Piet was the shot taker there. Piet has it again. Here's a lunging look. Saved again. 15 seconds. Gets cleared. That was Quinn rather on the shots there, and it'll be icing with 9.6 seconds left. Bring it back the other way now. .6 to go. 5 seconds. Down the ice again. It'll be icing again with half a second to go. The clock stops at 0.5 seconds left. And the overtime period, if we get there, it'll be a 5-minute period. Sudden death overtime. Mount trying to say there was 3.1 seconds left. And in reality, it was more like 1.3 seconds. Let's see if they give them any time back. Not sure if they will. Looks like they might, though. I mean, and they'll put 1 second back on the clock. Here it is, and nothing's going to happen there. Overtime at Levy. It's been a chippy, emotional game here this evening between Ponaganset and Mount St. Charles. And they're actually going to line it up. Oh, so non-league game, I guess, is no overtime. You learn something new. So that's the way the game's going to end. 5-5 the final score. Jake Steinkamp with 2 goals to tie this thing up in the last 2 minutes of this game. Unbelievable resilience from Steinkamp. And Ponaganset is able to draw even with Mount St. Charles in a come-from-behind effort. Tie it up twice today, down 2. They do it when it matters most in the third period. So from Tim Duffy, all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, see you guys next time for some more Ponaganset Chieftain hockey here from Levy Ice Rink.